Hey everybody, so today I'm going to show you guys how to eat chia with a glass of water. Nothing fancy about this one, it's just the easiest way to eat chia in my opinion. A lot of people can't really handle it because of the texture. It's kind of ends up being a bit of a strange texture when it's mixed in with water because of the gel that forms around the bits of the chia seed. They end up being little slimy bits of food in your drink, and it ends up being a bit like eating watered down tapioca. Or as I like to put it, imagine little tiny bits of mushrooms chopped up and suspended in water and drinking that. So a little bit not so good for some people. Myself, I enjoy it. It's actually my favorite way to eat chia, and I'll show you guys how I do that here. So I have some chia here on the left. I have 2 tablespoons. And this is the recommended amount for getting your daily recommendation of omega-3s. So 2 tablespoons of chia seed per day. I'm going to do it all at once. You can obviously use less and then just add it to something else later on in the day, or add it to water, space it out however you like. One of the really important things is if you ever made a chocolate milk or any sort of mixing powder with water, you're very much better off adding the chia to the glass before the water itself. Whoops. Well, one-handed didn't work, so we got a little bit on the table there, but oh well, you get the idea. So what we'll do now is I'm going to add a bit of water to this, probably just up to about there on the glass, just less than halfway, and I'll show you why I do that in a moment here. So you'll notice the chia is all floating on top, and when chia becomes wet, it really likes to clump up and stick to everything and anything, especially itself. So to avoid large lumps of jellied goo, what I recommend is adding, say, half a cup of water or so, like I did here, and then giving it a good stir. And this is just to get all the little chia bits to be suspended in water and not clumped together. So when you reach this stage, then you can top the glass up with water. And there we have it, suspended chia. And what I like to do is stir it infrequently and let it sit for about 5 minutes. It's been 2 or 3 minutes or so. Let's see where we can focus on this there. So it's starting to gel. Not there yet. Looks pretty good. It's getting quite thick. So you can imagine some people getting this down isn't going to be so easy. Myself, I love it. Then I'll give it a few more minutes to settle. See what happens then. So chia is extremely high in fiber, and everyone knows how optimal fiber is for health. And so what is recommended for 2 tablespoons of chia? It's recommended that you consume 2.5 cups of water. And this will ensure that there'll be enough water in your system to accommodate the large amounts of fiber. And in this way, all your pipes in your body will benefit from the fiber running through them if it is carried by sufficient water. So you see here, I filled up a glass the same size as the chia glass, and remaining, I still have 1 full cup of water remaining in the measuring cup here. So when I drink my chia, I'm going to be consuming an extra cup of water along with it. And this isn't a strict guideline, but it's really important to hydrate chia and to consume water, both to help ease the fiber through your body, but also to hydrate your body, because everybody knows that our bodies are made up of mostly water, and if we don't put water in our bodies, then our health will suffer. The chia has been sitting for about 5 minutes now. It's ready. It's absorbed water, and as you can see, it's beautifully suspended throughout the water here. Let's have a look at what it looks like on the spoon. So the chia bits are all jellied up. You can see it. There we go. So that's ready to consume. And like I said, for many people this is not going to be a good way to consume chia. But for me, I love it. A couple things that you could do to make it better would be you could add just a little bit of salt to it, just to give it, somewhat of a more pleasant flavor. That's not something that I normally do, but I would. And then the other option I have, or that we have, is putting this much water in and then filling the rest with juice. This will make it much more palatable, as long as you can wrap your head around the texture. If the texture is too much or too gross, not good, then what I recommend is simply plugging your nose and getting it down the hatch. Because actually better than medicine, because this is food, we know that this needs to get in our body, or we're not going to get the health benefits from it. So let's try that out. I'm going to go ahead and drink it. You'll see that for me it's quite enjoyable and not a very gross experience. So here I am, going to enjoy my beautiful glass of chia with water. Bottoms up. I really like it because I get to chew the little bits of chia, and it just feels so good drinking it down in my belly. I used to work on a farm, and when we would harvest the hay, we would spend all day out in the fields picking up hay bales and transporting them back to the barn. And the smell of new hay in the barn drinking chia is very reminiscent of that smell. So I associate the flavor of the chia with a fond memory. So that's one of the things where for me it's a lot easier to consume it in this state. I love it. Now, I'll talk about weight loss. Obviously, I don't have an issue with weight loss. My metabolism is super high. I can eat ice cream all day long and not gain a single pound. But for those of you out there who are overweight and are looking to lose weight, this is got to be one of the very best ways to lose weight, because this full glass of chia, 2 tablespoons, is filling. I'm going to drink this down, and I'm not going to be looking in the fridge for what else can I eat, because I'll be full. I'll be satisfied. And this here is a glass full of nutrition and empty of calories. So, one of these every single day, replace one meal with this, and you're going to lose weight. I guarantee it. So, that being said, I think we're done here. Go make yourself a glass of chia water or chia juice and enjoy it. Live happy, live healthy, live long, and prosper.